folks? It's your boy Bob Hollywood here with another exciting review. Today we're going to be reviewing this Toy Biz X-Men the movie, Patrick Stewart as Professor X. This figure is from the first X-Men movie, so it's probably from 2000 or 1999. I cannot remember which one. The movie came out in 2000, so I'm going to say this figure's from 2000. And of course, this was one of the films that sparked off the way we have superhero films today. It wasn't the first superhero film, it wasn't even the first of that time, but it's really put the force behind it. This movie and the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, that was really the driving force. Yeah, and this series just finally died after 20 years. I don't want to say died, but finally ended with 3 original movies, 3 prequels, / 1 being a kind of sequel. And I think a total of 3 spin-offs. Total of 5 spin-offs, 3 Logan movies, and 2 Deadpool movies. So, and then there are a lot of these movies. Wow, there's the original X-Men, there's X-Men, X2, X3, the 3 Logan movies, 2 Deadpool movies, the 4 sequel films. So we're at, what, 12? And then the one that just came out, New Mutants. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. That series just finally died after 20 years. Part of that was Disney buying Fox. And we'll see what they do. They might bring back some of the characters. They might not. I know Deadpool is getting another movie, so that's going to be a 13th film, I guess. I don't think Logan's coming back. I don't think Hugh Jackman's coming back, but it is what it is. Anyway, you can see Professor X in this packaging. Got this guy at the flea market. Maybe about $5. You can see at the time, it has a 584 sticker on it. That was probably a clearance sticker, but it's still pretty cool. This guy wouldn't have cost more than $10 back in the day. On the side, on the left side, there's X-Men the movie, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, picture of Patrick Stewart as Professor X. On the right, just more inside of the window. In the back, it shows you how the figure fits into the wheelchair and how the dog tag works. It shows you some figures on the line. I didn't have any of these figures. There was a different Logan that we had that was technically my little brother's, but I played with it. He was only like 2. He didn't need it. And there's a bio at the top of the movie. It says, I'll read it to you because this figure's pretty large. I can't lift it. Or I can't show you. It says, mutants, they are men and women born with genetic structure that have gifted them with extraordinary powers. Gathered together by Professor Charles Xavier, the X-Men have learned to use their incredible abilities to better mankind and fight against injustice. Unknown to society at large, these outlaw mutants fight an endless battle against prejudice and try to bridge the ever-widening gulf between humanity and mutant kind by protecting a hostile world that fears them. And then there is a bio for Charles himself, which was visible the whole time I was reading that. You may have already read it, but I'll read it. It says, Charles Francis Xavier, also known as Professor X, possesses the most powerful mutant mind on Earth. He is the world's strongest telepath and can read people's thoughts and control their actions. Xavier formed his team of X-Men to stop evil mutants from using their great powers to try to enslave and destroy humankind. Xavier's greatest enemy, Magneto, was his closest friend until they radically different philosophies placed them at odds. Magneto's mutant powers of magnetism allow him to have complete control over all forms of metal. When Xavier encounters the megalomaniac, he uses a special wheelchair made completely of plastic parts so that Magneto cannot manipulate it and use it as a weapon. And speaking of that wheelchair, that's the reason why I bought this guy. I mean, he'll be cool as a suited buck if he can stand up, but if not, that wheelchair might work for another figure, or even this figure. This guy can just be in the background. I don't care. I know there has been, in 2020, gave us a Professor X in his wheelchair. I think 2 of them. One from the Logan film, and then one from just the X-Men films in general. By the way, before I bust this guy open, he's 9.7 ounces inside of his packaging. I'm going to be back with this guy out. Peace. Okay, and we're back. I don't know why I said pieces if I were leaving last time, but we're back. And as you can see outside of his plastic prison, he only weighs 4.2 ounces. So that's cool. That's it is what it is. I don't care either way. It comes with 2 accessories, one being these dog tags that say Professor X with the X logo. Has nothing on the backside, but you can still see it coming through from when they, I guess when they stamped it. And this is cool. I don't know why I would have a need for this. I don't. I'm gonna lower my camera real quick. And then let's look at Professor X. He had little rubber pieces holding this in place, and they popped like they were old, obviously. And this guy's not going to stand. As you can see, I took him off his wheelchair. They are rude. This could have just been a person standing. Nope, they gave him legs that do not work, which is hilarious to me. This is his legs out of the packaging, man. I mean, sure, maybe you could use some, you could probably tighten those if you wanted them to work, but that, to me, is just super funny, man. He reminds me of a puppet on, like, oh, man, what's that Trey Parker, Matt Stone, World Police. Oh, the bug is a fly. But, look at his legs, man. That's funny to me. Like, oh, I'm sitting here. Can someone please help me? I can't move on my own. I mean, let's move his head. Yeah, his head moves. His arms and his head are stiff. It's just that, woo, his legs don't work, man. His legs do not work, and that's freaking hilarious to me. Whew, there's a fly, man. Where did the freaking fly come from? He does have pegs in the chair. Looks like there were two, but one broke off in his back. So this one might break eventually. I don't know if he needs it to stay in the chair. It's not like he's going to run away. But obviously he can control his chair with his mind. It's made out of plastic. Big wheel spins, little wheels spin. This one's giving me some resistance. But you can hear the wheel spinning. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know what this is. Guess to keep them on? I'm not sure. Not sure. I know there were instructions in the back, but it doesn't mention it. Oh man, so the chair looks good by itself. I'm really kind of disappointed that his feet don't work, his legs don't work, and I get it. And you can see the clear plastic of the armrest and the footrest are starting to yellow a little bit, but the rest is all clear still. Let's see if a regular 6-inch figure could fit in this. Let's just do Duke. You know, he's right here in my face. I'm gonna do a size comparison, obviously with Duke standing and Professor X in the chair. Okay, that didn't work. It did not work like I thought because Duke has a holster on his hip. But let's do Finn. I know Finn's on the smaller side. Doesn't look as natural as Professor X. But his butt's down. See, that was just his back. It does not look comfortable. Anyway, let's look at him. Let's look at Professor X. He's got this nice dapper gray suit on, white shirt, blue tie, X logo on the tie. And that's just painted on. Face looks well enough like Patrick Stewart at this point in his life. Obviously, he's been in, at that point in his life, which was 21 years ago, he had been in plastic form several times, either as Professor X or as Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek. But I think that looks good. I think those Star Trek figures from Playmates did a good job too. Maybe even a little bit better of a job. Again, his legs don't work, but you can see like the nice wrinkles in his pants that make him look like actual pants. Got the cuff over the black shoes. His jacket's pretty smooth, but there's wrinkles in his vest. He looks good. He looks good. Let's do one size comparison with him standing up, with him in Colonel Quaritch. He's shorter, but he's going to be sitting down. So my size comparisons are going to come from that. But real quick, his height. Just under 6 inches standing. And then let's do his height in his chair. Which again, I think is absolutely hilarious that they did not give him working legs. Do it over this way. Lift. Lift. In his chair, about 4 3/4. So there's going to be a little height disadvantage. And if I don't remember going over his articulation completely, head rotates 360, shoulders rotate 360, single jointed elbows. I don't remember if he had hips, waist swivel. He can swivel at the waist like that. Just goes one way. And his legs kick up. They go up that far. Single jointed knee, go back, not really at all. And that's it. Again, if you wanted to tighten his joints, they may allow for him to stand. May still not, I'm not sure. I'm not going to do that. I like the fact that he's in a wheelchair and he's short. I mean, he can't walk. I can still use a wheelchair for someone else if I want to, but for the sake of him, he's in it. And there is him next to Colonel Quaritch and Piccolo. Captain America. Just trying to get Duke situated again because he was in the chair. And Duke. Brie Bella. And Zarya. Jonesy. And Rhino. Finn. And John Jones. So, oh no, for what this figure gives us, it gives us a plastic wheelchair that could be used for some smaller 6-inch figures that aren't too wide. And it gives us a suited buck. You can't really do anything with it other than sit him down. I mean, you could sit him in a chair. He doesn't have to be in the wheelchair. If you sit him in a chair, he's just a normal guy. You can't tell he can't stand. It's just that there's no way to stand him without tightening his joints. So even if you don't want him in the wheelchair, like I said, you can sit him in a regular chair. You just have him sitting on a park bench or something. and he looks totally normal. It's just there's no way. There are peg holes, but he's gonna fall. Help! I'm falling. If I fall, then I can't get up. Anyway, guys, this Professor X. For what I spent with him, about $5. Worth it. Totally worth it. I just think that's funny. I wasn't expecting that. It reminds me of like someone trying to play quap or something. Like his legs are. That's just funny to me. Anyway, guys, that's it for this review. Like, comment, subscribe, and do me a favor. This is even more important than like, commenting, or subscribing. I want you to love yourself and love your friends and your family. Take care of yourself. Be healthy, be happy, and always remember: action figures speak louder than words. Peace.